Isso aqui é um flash.
No, don't worry, it's fine. Okay, so now we're live on YouTube. I'll explain a few things about Talk and Talk before we start. As you know, we are a conversation platform where you can come here and talk in a lot of languages. Today we're speaking in English about gambling. So let's start. So Mariana, what are your thoughts on the concept of gambling as a form of entertainment? Whether you participate or not, what are your thoughts about it? O que você pensa sobre isso?
I thought is entertainment, but you need to be how to use that because, like you saw in the video, people don't have control about this, and maybe you can start to lose your money. And this it's entertainment, but you need to be how to use it, and when you need to stop to gambling.
You need to know when to stop, right?
Yes.
That's true. Perfect. So, question number 2. How do you think gambling affects individuals and society as a whole, considering both the positive and the negative aspects? How it affects society?
Yeah, the positive things is you can play with something, and it's nice in that point, and if you win, you win a little money or something like that. In the negative aspect, it's more than positive, because if you lose your money, I don't know, you if you lose your money, you will be prejudicar your family and your life, and you become one addictive, and it's not nice because you start to borrow money from the next person, and eu não sei como dizer.
Don't worry.
Até em português, aquela pessoa que empresta dinheiro sem ser em banco.
Agiota.
And you can borrow some money from this person, and you have be a big old problem with this, and the consequence, you become one addicted in gambling. It's more big than the positive aspect, you know.
I agree with you. No, but that's true. It seems like a funny situation, but I guess a lot of people who pass through that suffer a lot, right? Because they can lose everything because they are addicted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you were going to say? O que você ia falar?
Não, eu ia falar que numa reportagem que eu estava lendo essa semana, mas eu acho que mais para frente vai ter umas perguntas
okay. If you say so, okay, that's fine. So, question number 3.
Yeah.
Can you recall any personal experiences or encounters with gambling that have influenced your perception or understanding of it? So, like, what built your opinion about gambling?
I don't know. I don't remember on personal experience with that. No, my family is not usual. In my family, you gambling something. For example, it's not like one casino, but sabe, a gambling loteria, or aquelas apostas da virada. It's not common in my family. We don't gambling anything.
Perfect. That's healthy. I would say it's healthy because people get addicted even to it, right?
Yeah, but the consent for my family don't gambling anything. It's not because you understand this can be turn one addictive or lose your money, because the religion, you know, for some Christians, it's like a sin, if you gambling something like that, or jogos de azar. Que é gambling.
Yeah.
É considerado pecado because for you win, one person needs to lose, and this is not right for us, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. I yes, more or less, because like in any game, it's like that, right? But the thing
Yeah.
is, when you gamble, it's related to money, right? So one person loses money. I guess it's harder. But in any
Yes.
game, it's like that. If you win, someone else loses, right?
Yes.
But I get
But
the point.
when you put in your money and the other person put in the money, it's more different when you watch or you play something with not involving dinheiro, you know? It's a little
Yeah, no, completely. I know. I could get it because it's completely different indeed. It's a
because when you say this for a person, they think, oh, but you don't play anything, you don't watch any games or something like that because another person who losing something. Yes, you can play, but we don't involve money in these games or something.
yeah. Yeah, I guess nowadays those type of games involving money, they are more related to bets, like sports bets and those things, right? Because here in Brazil, it's illegal to do gambling. Yeah, but people still do, even though it's illegal,
But
people still do.
if it is illegal, why the influencers putting in stories a link for you play or gambling daqueles jogos? I don't
I
understand
don't
that.
know. I
And
don't understand a lot this law because like some things are legal, others not. So I don't
yes,
know.
I watched a news last week about this, and Felipe Neto say something about this because they como que fala? Ai, como soltam quando a pessoa foi denunciada.
Announced,
Because
they were
yeah,
announced.
yes, because the one man say, oh, he give money when a person lose in that games, and he say no, it's not true and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't like it, and I sometimes I can't believe someone play this because it's obviously you can lose in a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's really complicated, right? Because like you're going to lose, just like the guy from the video said, the company will always win money and you will always lose. So don't start
Yes.
playing it. Don't even start.
Yes.
Right? I guess the best option. So let's go to question number 4. In your opinion, what factors contribute to the appeal of gambling for those who participate? What calls for their attention so they want to play? What factors
uh,
contribute to the appeal?
uh, win money and I always way maybe because they always saw for us it's easy to win money, and the person maybe thinking, oh, are you putting just 100 and I will win 1,000, and you lose 100. 100 is money, is a lot of money for me, for you just lose. When you lose 100 in a street, you feel so angry for that. And why you don't feel angry when you lose the 100 in a game? It's not because it's just 100, it's not important. With 100, I can do so many things.
No, that's completely true. It doesn't make any sense, right? Because it's money. You can buy a lot of things with that, and you're just throwing it away. I don't know why, but it's like that.
Yeah, so I thought they appeal for this, for you win easy money.
Mm-hmm. And and most of the time you don't win, right? So
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. So let's go to question number 5. How do you think cultural and societal factors shape people's attitudes towards gambling? So, like, how culture and society contributes to people's opinion about gambling?
It's difficult question, and for answer too. uh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know, because in my case, for example, like I said, my I grew up with one conceito, and this mold my told my attitudes about this. And I
Mhm.
can thinking another person grow up in a different situation for say something.
Mhm.
It is difficult. Do you have something different for say about that?
Yeah, because here in Brazil, like a few time ago, it was a thing to play like jogo do bicho, play like bingo and those things. In my family, I had an uncle. It was like my mother's uncle, so it was like my great uncle, né, meu tio. And then he lost one house playing that games. So like they lost a lot of things. And then I never liked those things of gambling. I think it's terrible. And it exploits people and exploits pessoas. They think they will win a lot of money, and in the end they don't. And it calls for attention, and just like we said before, because like if we see like Las Vegas, for example, it's a expensive city, people win a lot of money here, but they lose a lot of money. People go like
Yes.
they go broke there, uma falência. So in my opinion, doesn't make any sense for people to play those things, but they still do. I don't know why, but they still do.
Yeah, I remember something in now. I work with a woman, and she invests your money in your brother-in-law for do some bet in some things. For example, he work with that, and he uh, como que fala acompanha?
He
Uh,
follows.
follows that casinos for you putting your money in that game, and if you win, you can be rich. And she said, I will invest my money because he don't work and he have so many money, and he knows like he bet something, and sometimes he pay for a person borrow your name for receive that money, because I thought have rules about this. If you win many times, the casino couldn't cooking you, and sometimes she brought your name for him. I don't know. It's difficult for me to understand. When I talk about money, I always say you need to work for have money. And
Mhm. Yeah.
any money it's is to make,
I totally agree with you. I guess it's not the easiest way to earn money, but it's the most honest and the most certain is to work. If you work, you get money. That's it.
Yeah.
So just go to work and you don't need to gamble. That everything is fine. But I guess it's complicated because life is difficult and people fall for scams all the time. As pessoas caem em golpes o tempo todo. So they see that beautiful life and they want that. So they start to gamble.
You já pensou you go to the jail for something you don't do, just for
Mhm.
borrow your name for another person? It's a crazy. And I will never do this.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Crazy,
this.
right? But there are crazy people for everything. People do crazy things.
Yeah.
For money, I don't know what happens, but people are insane about money. I don't know, but okay, I know it's important, but I don't think it's that important, right?
Yes, yes.
So let's go to question number 6. Have you witnessed any instance where gambling has had a detrimental impact on someone else's life? And if so, how did it affect your perspective on gambling? Já conheceu um caso tipo singular, né, de uma pessoa específica que teve, né, experiência com gambling. So let's see.
Bad experience? No, I never met someone like I say this case with happened with my colleague from work. I don't know if she brought or invest her money in that, and I don't, because after that she quit the job, so I don't know
Maybe
if
she's rich by now.
yes, but I don't, I never know someone. You have your uncle lose
My
his
great
house.
uncle. Yeah, he
Yes.
lost a lot of things. He lost his house, he lost a lot of money, he lost a car. He was really addicted. Ele era muito viciado, sabe? He died by now. It was like it's been a long time, faz muito tempo. But he was completely addicted. And he was a nice person, but he didn't care a lot about money. And then he lost a lot of money with that. So I think people shouldn't do that, never, because if they start, it's just like a drug. People say that the way that you feel when you win is just like a drug. So if you don't want to use drugs, so I don't think people should play those things, in my opinion. So it's complicated, but there are a lot of people
I
who do
agree
that.
with you, because almost always you say something about addictive, you just think in drugs or alcohol, but you never think about about the gamblers, because it's difficult. You say you saw someone talking about this.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess it's because since nowadays it's illegal, people think it doesn't exist, but it does. There are a lot of illegal places that do casinos or those things. And also, and now we have this internet thing. Now we have a lot of bets, mostly sports bets. And then we keep seeing that, and people lose a lot of money on that. And I don't think that's nice. And a lot of people earn a lot of money with that. Muita gente fica muito rica por causa disso. So I don't like it. I don't like.
É igual as loterias, né? Daí a pessoa ganha milhões, aí perde tudo em um ano. Ai, que ódio.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. But I guess it's because most of the people who win the lottery, it's because they don't have information. Like usually someone from like countryside of Brazil, in the middle of nowhere, sempre alguém no meio do nada, né? So they earn a lot of money. What will I do? I don't know. So it's complicated. But if I won a lot of money, I would do a lot of things, but I won't lose it in 1 year. Eu não ia perder em um ano, não. I think, né? But it depends. So, Mariana, can you think of any alternative solutions to address potential issues related to gambling addiction or excessive gambling? Soluções para o vício. So, can you think of any solutions?
Maybe putting a method in your, I don't know, in your gastos. For example, prepare a part of your money for play. If you lose this in that month, you can't play again. Maybe
Makes sense.
yes, and putting some restriction for the things you can gamble. For example, if you don't have money, you don't gamble your car or your house or something like that. Because I thought it's difficult for someone who is addicted gambling to stop. I don't know, if you don't go to a casino, you can gamble with your colleague from work. For example, eu aposto. Aposta é gambling também? I gamble with
I
you.
bet.
I bet. Yeah. I bet if you do something, you give it 10 reals, something like that. It's difficult, and maybe you need to understand you are gambling, and you put in your restriction, your money.
That's totally true. And just like I said, you need to go, you said something, I think it's nice. You need to go there to gamble. Now you need to go to a casino, you need to go to a place. But nowadays, the gambling is like in our pockets, né? Tá no nosso bolso, assim.
Yeah.
So like, it's something so weird that addicted people can lose a lot of money until today, né? Não precisa nem ir pra lugar nenhum, né? Perde muito dinheiro até hoje. So people need to be careful with that. I guess the solution for this addiction is just like drug addiction. Like you need to go to treatment. You need to start a treatment.
In that online bets, I saw a man say he win, and a tela from cell phone frozen, and they don't receive the money, but he take a pre-screen, and there it showed he wins tipo 100 mil reais, and he can prove this, and he lose 1,000 and don't win the money he really win. Ele não recebeu, ele não recebeu o dinheiro que ele realmente ganhou, e não tem como provar que de fato ele ganhou, porque é meio que eu acho que a plataforma bloqueou o coitado. E daí tá lá, perdeu os R$ 1.000, não ganhou o que de fato ele ganhou. They always find a way for you don't receive your money.
It's because that's how they earn money, né? É assim que eles vão ganhar o dinheiro, né? Doing scams, fazendo golpes, né? That's how they earn.
Yeah.
So I hate those things. I detest it. I think it's an absurd. I don't like it because I think people fall for that. As pessoas acreditam, sabe? And it's so sad because like, come on, you won't earn a lot of money with that. But people truly believe. So I don't like.
Me too, because they use the innocence from person to apply some golpes, and they do something to mascarar que é golpe para a pessoa cair, sabe? Ah, não sei. É igual... it's like when you go to church and the pastor say, give 50 money for God, keep your family safe. And the person give. I don't like this, because it's a way to enganar as pessoas, because God don't receive any money for keep your family safe.
Yeah.
E aí isso me dá mais ódio ainda. Porque a maioria das pessoas que dá o dinheiro é aquelas pessoas idosinhas, que não entendem, sabe? Vai lá, não, tá certo. Ai, que ódio que me dá isso.
I don't like. And most of the people who give this money, they don't have money to give, right?
Yeah.
Because like the majority of the people who go to church, they are poor, right? And they are asking for money, né? A gente vai pra igreja para pedir ajuda a Deus para sobreviver, né? And then they go there, don't have money, and the pastor asks for money, and I hate that. I think it's terrible. And we can see that like seeing the temples, né? Vendo os templos aí de igreja, they are completely fancy, and people who go there are completely poor. So I don't like
and
it.
I say this, and I am a Christian. I go to church every week, but I don't agree with some things I saw in the temples, or it's a topic for another day.
yeah, that's true. But I totally agree with you. I'm not a Christian, but I went to church a few times, and I know how is it's like. And I didn't like a lot of things, like the judgment, like the money. I don't like a lot of things, because it's people, né? People are not perfect. They're not God,
Yeah.
né? Although they think they're not. So that's it.
Yes.
So let's go back to gambling. And what do you believe is the role of regulations and policies in ensuring responsible gambling practice and protecting individuals from potential harm? So, like, how can they create rules for responsible gambling? Should they prohibit gambling? Should they regulate? What should they do to make it better?
I saw one months ago the Senado. They create some rules about these gambling play soccers because some players are combinava os placares and they because that they start to create some rules about this type of gambling. So I thought they need to do for every game they with you have, because for example they create these rules and they receive the government receives a part of the money or like they receive a part of the money like taxas. O que é essa mãozinha aqui, rapaz? Eu nem
I
sei.
don't know, just appeared.
Eu nem coloquei, eu nem cliquei. O que é isso? But I thought they need to. It's difficult to explain this in English, but e se a gente tem que pagar imposto por comida, que eles paguem imposto também. Quem ganha, quem não ganha, quem aposta, quem não aposta, quem cria os jogos, as coisas e tudo assim. Então, eu vi no jornal que eles começaram a criar algumas leis referentes às apostas de esportes, né? Que a mais comum é de futebol. So, maybe they can expand this for the other areas too.
They need because it's a lot of money involved, right? So they need to pay taxes for that. I totally agree. We need to pay taxes for everything, just like you said. So people need to pay taxes. That's it. Perfect. So let's go to question number 9. How would you describe the interplay between personal choice and external influences when it comes to engaging in gambling activities? So like, is it you go there because you want, or you go there because like, everyone does that, so I will do too.
Yeah.
So how do you think it works?
I thought you go there because everyone go to. For example, do you go to a casino because you want to go? Maybe if you saw Las Vegas in a movie and you go to there to know, but I thought that most of the people go because saw someone do and win there. I don't know. Everything you do in all days is because you saw someone do too or win too, and you want the same thing that people have. É difícil dizer. Mas, for example, I saw these games with a lot of influence, and just because start to... como que fala? Como que fala? Não sei nem em português. Só porque começou a mostrar, fazer propaganda, os outros também. E aí as pessoas, because a lot of influencer só mostra isso, all the time, you can start to want to play or win something. It's not because you go in Google and research how to gambling something.
Yeah.
It's just eu acho que é tipo aquele negócio publicitário, sabe? Como que é mensagem subliminar? É um monte de gente mostrando, e um monte de gente ganhando, aí você fica ali, porque ele tá ganhando, eu não tô ganhando, porque ele tá ganhando. e nem todo mundo tem esse entendimento para entender que aquilo é meio que publicitário e às vezes uma pessoa é dona de várias empresas, só tem um nome diferente.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And those betting, sports betting companies, they are all the same, né? Todos têm nome de bet, sports bet, bet 360. I don't know. They have the same name, and people still do that, and it doesn't make sense in my head because it's just influence. They see that on the internet, they see people winning, and they want that too. It's not because they want, it's because they see someone doing. It's just influence, né?
Now because your cell phone heroes to talking about that, we will start to saw some propagandas about all that.
It's always like that. Always like that. They are hearing us. They are hearing us. I have this theory.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to question number 10. Considering the various forms of gambling available today, do you believe there are certain types that are more prone to causing addiction or negative consequences? Why not? So there are ones that are like worse than others. What do you think?
Yes. Someone is more worse than others, but it's not now. After our conversation, I thought in something different, another negative point, because you can lose your money, but you can lose your family, and you can lose your mind, because when you lose something, you can feel very angry, and maybe discount in another person. And this is not nice because, I don't know, there are a lot of consequences, and some bets is worse than others, because in some case, for you start to bet, you need to put in more money than, for example, o jogo do bicho. It's just a few reels, no, and another bet is more money. I don't know, it's difficult, but I remember something now. It's from the oldest dos antigos. Antigos, eu não falo isso, né? Older. But when I was a child, it's common we buy the telecena. It's not a type of gambling. Não é a mesma coisa. Você lembra de telecena? Você já chegou?
It has up to today, yes. Até hoje tem telecena. today. And here in Minas is really common. Old people love that. Pessoas mais velhas adoram a telecena.
Yes. E é uma forma de aposta, não é? Porque você vai selecionar ali alguns números e você não sabe se você vai ganhar ou se você vai perder. Aí, se você perder, você perde seu dinheiro. Sempre vai ter alguém ganhando, sempre vai ter alguém perdendo. Então, é antigo. Mas, às vezes, a gente, conversando aqui, eu só me venho em mente essas coisas, esses joguinhos que eu fico vendo, digital influencer, ou esse caso do futebol, mas tem esses mais antigos também.
Yeah. It's always been here, sempre esteve aqui. And it doesn't mean it's bad, né? It doesn't mean it's good. Não quer dizer que seja bom, mas sempre esteve aí, né? It's always been here. Okay. So, Mariana, because of our time, let me stop